Hey, and welcome to Fit. I am Cat Meffan, your yoga teacher for the day. So today we're going to be doing a lower body stretchy flow. So as much as this is brilliant as a standalone practice, a nice 25-minute session for you, it's also really great if you've maybe just done one of the HIIT sessions or the strength sessions as well. So it's a nice way to restore the body and just to get a little bit of calmness back in there. So let's get on with it. We're actually going to start lying down on your mat. So just bring yourself down nice and gently, slowly just rolling the spine down. Either you can let the legs go fully away to the edges of the mat and let the feet drop out, or you could pop the feet up here at the edge of the mat and let the knees come together. This is a nice way of just letting the back lower down onto the mat. Palms of the hands facing upwards, and you're going to close off the eyes while we just ground down into our practice. So all of my sessions will always start with this calming kind of work into the breath. Just watching the breath, maybe feeling the chest or the belly rise and fall. Not making any judgments or any changes to the breath, just observing it. Feel each part of the body as it connects to the mat. And gradually just feel the body melt down, getting closer to the earth. And we'll spend a few moments just here in silence, just coming back to the breath each time the mind wanders. Now starting to deepen the breath. You could maybe take your hands to the belly here and really feel the belly rise and fall, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And then entirely up to you, you can either flutter your eyes open or keep your eyes closed throughout the next part of our sequence. So drawing both knees into the chest, hug the knees in. So hug them in as close as they'll come without forcing the knees. And just take some gentle rocks side to side. So we're massaging out through the lumbar spine, that lower part of the back. And then come to find stillness. You're gonna let the left leg drop away to the mat and the right leg start to straighten it. Now, if the right leg doesn't straighten, just lower it slightly further away from you and see if you can work on straightening that leg. And then if you can, you could take hold behind the thigh. And if you're living in a slightly more open body, you could take the hand to the back of the calf and just draw the leg in towards the chest. So we don't want to go too hard and heavy on this stretch. We're right at the start of our practice. So just with each breath, working it a little bit further towards you, but gentle pressure being added each time. And the exhale is really where we find the magic of the stretch. So with every exhale, feel the whole body start to release and settle into the stretch a bit more, and see if you can come a tiny bit deeper. And then taking the left hand onto the left thigh, you're gonna hold the right leg with the right hand and open that leg out to the side. Now, as you can see, I live in a slightly more open body, so you do not need to have your leg on the floor next to your head. It can be up here, but if it's up here, you just need to work these muscles, the adductors, to keep it there. So you're working through the groin, but opening and getting a nice stretch at the same time. And we're going to draw that right leg back through center, bending the right knee, right arm goes out into a T shape. We're going to take the left hand on top of the right knee and draw the leg across the body, coming into a spinal twist, and then we gaze towards that right hand. So if this is a little bit too intense for you, you can just ease off a little bit. And work with each inhale and exhale. Feel the side of the body opening as you work through the breath. Coming back through center. And then being nice and careful of the knee here, you're going to cradle the right foot and draw the right foot towards the body. The right knee is going out to the side, but like I say, be careful of that knee. We don't want to jar it and jolt anything. So like I said at the start, really nice and early in the practice. So just softly adding that pressure. And again, finding the deeper stretch on the exhale. Okay, now bringing the left knee in towards you. You're going to place the right ankle on top of the left leg. Thread that right hand between the legs. Left hand comes behind and we interlace the hands behind the left thigh and draw the knee towards the chest. You could always use that right elbow against the right knee to find a deeper stretch here. Using the inhale and the exhale. If you're familiar with the yoga practice and you work with Ujjayi breathing, you can work through that breath technique while we practice today. And then slowly release the knees, hug both knees into the chest. And now we'll lower the right leg down to the mat carefully. Straighten the left. Again, so find where your limit is and try if you can to have the legs straight, maybe interlacing the hands behind the thigh, or if you can, up by the calf, maybe the ankle. So the beauty of doing a practice like this at home is that you've got no one else in class to kind of be looking at. So you're just within your own practice now. Just going to where feels good for your body. Inhaling and exhaling. And then taking the right hand onto the right thigh, we'll bring that left leg out to the side. Again, just notice where your limit is. You want to be able to feel the stretch down the inside of this left leg. One more breath here. And then come back through center. You're going to bend the left leg. Left arm goes out to that T-shaped position. Right hand comes on top and we draw the left leg across the body. Head goes over to the left side. And with each breath, we feel the body kind of cracking open down this left side. Moving back through center now. You're going to bring that left foot even towards you and cradle the foot. So again, just being aware of the left knee and just dragging that in ever so slightly towards the body, gentle pressure. And then we're going to bring the right knee up to join the left foot. Bring the left hand through that gap between the legs, interlace the hands behind the right leg and draw the legs towards the body. So any of you that are runners out there, this little sequence here only takes a matter of minutes, but it's a really great way to work into the lower legs. And for maybe any of you that have just completed a lower body workout with Fit, you might be really feeling it now through these stretches. One more breath here, inhale, exhale, and release. Hug both knees into the chest. So even though we've got a lower body stretch today, I'm always a fan of just kicking into that core a little bit so we remember that it's here. So keeping the knees bent in, the arms come down beside you. On an inhale, you're going to bring the forehead towards the knees. Exhale, release. 4 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Great. And now just start to build a little bit of momentum, rocking backwards and forwards. We have our most fun part of the flow. We're going to try and come to standing without using the hands. So it can be a bit tricky. Maybe if you fell to one side of your mat, give it another go. Just start with that little rocking and rolling, feeling like a child again, and coming to the top of the mat. So here we are. Feet either together or hip width apart, whatever feels good for you. We're going to work through a few half sun salutations here just to work into our forward folds. So standing, hands down by the side of you. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, folding forwards, let the head drop. Inhale, lift the chest, create some space. Exhale, take that forward fold again, always the option of bending the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky, stand tall. Exhale, hands down through heart center. We'll go 2 more times. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, create space. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, release hands down through heart center. 1 more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, folding forwards, always the option of bent knees. Inhale, lift the chest, create space. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky and smile. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Okay, just releasing the hands down now. Take a bend in the knees. You're going to step back with that left foot and come to find a low lunge. So your back knee is down. With the back foot, we could either have it totally untucked or you could tuck those toes under. Just depends what works for you. So really coming forwards now, but we don't want to collapse into this position. We want to stay nice and strong in the core area, stay lifted. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Hold here. Working with that breath. And then you're going to place the hands down by the side of you. Start to shift the bottom back towards the back heel. And as you do, the right toes are going to come towards you. So we're in our half split. If you can't quite get the chest down, that's absolutely fine. If you find that you're up here, maybe if you have some yoga blocks and props, you can hold. But if you kind of feel that a deeper stretch you can get by leaning forwards, then that's absolutely fine. Okay, coming forwards again to the lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. Right arm comes behind, and we find a twist here. You want to stay nice and lifted in the torso. So as we inhale, we lift, and then we find the twist. Gazing towards that back foot. Unraveling the body, frame the foot, work your way back to a high plank. So those of you maybe new to yoga, very similar to our press up position. And then we're going to come down to the knees, come down what's called through a vinyasa. So we'll lower the knees, come down through a modified version. Elbows stay in as we lower to the ground. Inhale, lift the chest, shine the heart forwards. And then exhale, tuck under the toes, send the bottom back, and then that bottom flies up into the sky for our first downward facing dog. So from here, we are working to draw the heels towards the mat. It doesn't matter if the heels aren't at the mat, it's just a gesture of where they're headed. Working into the breath, nice and strong through the shoulders, a softening through the ribs, and spreading through the fingertips. Nothing like about 5 different directions to send your body in. That's yoga. Okay, breathing here, 1 more breath. And then we'll step forward with the left foot this time, and we'll find that low lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Hold here, stay nice and lifted. Again, just trying to not let the body collapse Want to stay upright. Take the hands down by the side of you. You're going to shift the bottom all the way back. Come to find our half split. Left toes come toward you. So this is what deepens the stretch even more as well, by flexing this foot. If you can't find your way down in a forward fold, you can stay lifted. Okay, we're all different. So what stretches for me is going to be different for you. We'll find we're in slightly different variations of each posture. Again, working with the breath. On an inhale, coming forwards, reach those arms high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Right hand comes to the left knee, and we take that twist. Again, lift through the torso first, and then we find the twist, gazing towards the back foot. Inhaling and exhaling. Unraveling the body, frame the foot, and we're going to tuck under those back toes, step it all the way back to our high plank, and then we work down through that vinyasa again. So if you have chaturanga in your practice and you've done yoga before, you could come down through chaturanga. If not, we're going to drop the knees down, exhale as the elbows tuck in, all the way down to the mat, release the feet, inhale, upward facing dog or a high cobra, exhaling, downward facing dog. And here we are again. So finding the foundations, rooting the feet down, rooting the hands down. So a really nice stretch for the backs of the legs here. So these bones here, the sits bones, you want to feel like they are pushing up to the sky. But then at the same time, you want to find a little softening of the ribs. So we've got this kind of dual action going on. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale and just walk the feet towards the hands. Hang down here in a forward fold. So feet are about hip width apart. You can take the two peace fingers, like I'm like, hey, peace man, around the big toes. You can take a bend at the knees if you're living in a slightly tighter body. Inhale, lift the chest, create some space. And then we exhale, elbows come out to the side, and we come into a forward fold. If you can have the legs straight, then great. If not, then you're still awesome. Just let that head drop down, release tension through the neck. See if you can shift the weight slightly towards the front of the feet. Take another inhale, lengthen. Exhale, see if you can come a little bit deeper. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, take the hands to fingertips. And then we'll step all the way back, find ourselves back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. And we're going to bring that right leg now through to pigeon. So this is one that a lot of people recognize, even if you're not a yogi, because it's a stretch that gets done quite a lot. So I'm in quite an open version of this pose. If the ankle needs to be a bit further towards you, then that's fine. Maybe sitting up on a block would work well for you. So it's just finding the right variation for you. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, start to walk the hands forwards. So we've done a lot of hamstring, we've done some opening in the groin. Now we're working through the glute and the IT band. So sometimes where in yoga, we start to get a bit emotional, mainly through the frustration of the pain, but it's okay because we're in it together. So just work into the breath. And honor any resistance that comes up. So that might sound silly, but if you're really kind of getting a bit frustrated with how uncomfortable a posture feels, you just want to say to yourself, that's okay. I'm just gonna breathe into it. I'm okay, it's okay if I get a little bit annoyed. I'm hoping the fact that I'm talking the whole time that we're doing this stretch is making it easier for you guys. So breathing here, a couple more breaths. Okay, on an inhale, start to lift yourself back up. Place the hands down, so firmly root those hands down. Tuck under the back foot. You're gonna have to use the core, lift the hips, step the feet back to a high plank, and then you're gonna feed that left leg through again. So now we're left side pigeon. Again, take some time to find the right position for you. So it may be that you need to bring the foot in, maybe it comes out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come forwards. You could close off the eyes here if that feels good for you. Coming into the final few minutes of our practice together. So starting to settle really into the stretches. Hopefully starting to feel a little bit more open in the body. A few more breaths. On an inhale, start to lift the chest. And then instead this time you're going to swing that leg all the way around. Bring the feet up. Take the arms out long, and then we're slowly going to work our way down to the mat. So again, working on that core, reminding ourselves that it's there and that's what keeps us nice and stable, keeps our structure feeling good. Okay, it's time to relax. So either coming into Shavasana traditionally with the feet out to one side, or you could keep the knees bent up and the knees together. Palms of the hands facing upwards, close off the eyes. And really now settle into the breath, into the body. Letting everything go from the practice, just being with the breath. Taking a scan of the body now, from the feet all the way up to the head. Just asking yourself, how do I feel? And the option of staying here with the eyes closed for a little bit longer, or slowly just starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes, maybe circling the ankles and the wrists. And in your own time, when you're ready, keeping the eyes closed, just find your way to a comfortable seated position. Just bring the hands down to the knees, palms facing upwards, grow tall through the spine. Eyes are closed. Again, finding some grounding, but also some growth through the crown of the head. Bring the hands to heart center. Namaste. And you can flutter open the eyes. Thank you all so much for flowing with me today. Hopefully your lower body is feeling all nice and loose and stretched out. I will, of course, be back here with a few more classes for you all, so make sure you check them out. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me and Fit. Bye-bye.